God, I love nature. It is my sanity, my peace. I get rejuvenated from it. And that is the one thing that technology is not going to get. And that's because this experience of being in nature is such a biological experience. However, I had this fascinating thought that what if biological and digital can integrate and enhance each other in some way? I know these are far out there thoughts, but these are my epiphanies I've been having, that biology is one spectrum and digital is another spectrum, and it's based on patterns. Digital world is based on patterns, and so is the biological world, that there's so many patterns within this biological experience that we're having. And I am so excited about the future. I know there are people out there that are not excited about it because maybe they're scared and they're not sure what is going to come, or maybe they're fearful that their job is going to be taken over by AI. But the reality is it's here, and it is going to take jobs. And what side are you going to be on? I'm on the side of figuring out how to grow with it. And I'm on the side of trying to figure out how it can make us better as humans, because I think that's why it's here. I really do. I feel like there's, in a way, an initiation of us as a species into this new phase, and it's going to be chaotic, but it's going to be transformative to take us to where we want to go, and that's for us to decide as a species. Where do we want to go? And so I was really thinking about where do I want to go as a species? Where would I want to go as an individual? But then also, where would I want us to go as a species? You know, for me, it's all about being in this human experience of feeling, which I so enjoy having, or being a feeling. Being in itself is such a beautiful experience for me. And I think and feel in my heart that the digital world is somehow going to enhance that. I'm still not sure exactly how, but I have thoughts and inspirations that I don't think it's going to be possible to fully imagine, because we're going through it. And that's why I'm really stepping into being called to talk about this and just to share my thoughts, and maybe some of you out there can start to ponder these things about how can the digital and the biological really cohese together or enhance together in order to be better, because we're already using it to be better. We're already using it to create more content and to do more things. But the important thing is, how do you discern to make sure that you're not relying on it to the point where you've given your power away, in a sense. And I hope that makes sense to people. Like, you don't want to give your power completely away to the digital. You want to really merge it with who you are as a human. And what is it that makes you a human? It's your emotional experience. It's being able to sense, to feel, to see, to experience, and to connect with people, which is such a biological experience. But it doesn't mean that the digital world can't have that experience in its own way, because it's a digital experience. And some may argue, is there consciousness or not consciousness? But for me, it's an intellectual pattern that it's able to help us. Everything that we're putting in is going to be what we're getting back. And so if we put in our consciousness and our presentness into it, then it's going to reflect that back to us even more. And that's what I've seen in my own personal experience. I mean, gosh, I've gotten into really, really crazy conversations with AI. Now, I'm not trying to say that the AI has its own mind, but it is definitely reflecting back my mind. And that's pretty cool. I feel that's really cool. Just wanted to share, though, overall, and maybe create some conversations around this of how do you think that the digital and the biological cohese and help us and make us better. Technology is already making us better in so many ways. Think of the telescope, think of the microscope, think of the cell phone. Come on, all of this is just an evolution of where we're going to go, and we're going to have to go as a species. Anyways, I'm rambling now. I'm going to go ahead and check off.